Now, Megan Fox hates men, and Candace Owens and Matt Walsh had a little, you know, interaction of reading her poetry, and it's great. But before we get into
I
that,
got a question.
and that question is, what's wrong with the modern woman's mentality? What is wrong with it, guys?
I mean, that's a big question. So
It's a
I
it's
don't
a
even know
fair.
where to start.
I feel like it's a fair question. Start with something because I need to know.
We lack discernment and wisdom, for sure. That's probably where it can begin.
Okay, so keep that thought. Go ahead.
Okay. Pop up the question again.
I got a question.
I don't know. I agree. Like, you could start anywhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That's supposed to be woman, by the way, not women. You gotta pick something now.
Okay, I'll pick something. Okay, okay. I guess similar to the last segment, just like a lack of value in themselves.
Okay, hold that thought. All right, here's my first sip. Not my final sip. Here's my first sip. Because feminists have the view that the patriarchy is evil, they aim to be the opposite of everything it leads, even the good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very true.
I
So-
feel like both of ours
Yeah,
is in there.
yeah,
Yeah. So, like, I mean, things that men have led. So, okay, Christianity led by men, biblical values led by men. It's like, no, we're going to throw out all of that out the window because we're trying to establish matriarchal dominance, right? That is our goal. We've not even fighting for equal rights anymore. We want to fight to topple that and
Yeah.
actually flip the power dynamic, which
Agreed.
is probably not going to work out in your best interest in the way that you're doing it. Now, if there was production, like productive things happening as a result,
Yeah.
okay, well, yeah, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But just to topple the patriarchy, just to do it, it's like,
Just out of spite,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
never works out
The
because
thing-
there's no real foundation behind that.
Right.
Exactly.
The way in which they're going about it is completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I think this, short of Candace Owens and Matt Walsh reading Megan Fox's poetry is a good example of just that.
This one is entitled Why I Wish I Was Gay. Ready? It doesn't matter how beautiful, loyal, nurturing, sexy, witty, smart, or altruistic you are. He will still take you for granted.
That's a really that's
That's
a
a-
really upsetting viewpoint on the entire male population. That's really sad in relationships in general.
but I think this whole poetry book is based off of her relationship with Machine Gun Kelly.
I thought the same thing.
And it's like, well, you chose
yeah,
him, you chose his value system, there was something about him that you chose.
exactly.
And
Something that resonated with you.
yeah, and it's not like he just changed out of the blue. He probably just didn't see it sooner.
Everything. I mean, she knew who he was before she got with him. I mean, he's never changed, and everything that she probably eventually decided that she didn't like probably was just amplified. I don't think it changed.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like, you knew who this man was and he
Yeah.
wasn't going to change. And then now it's like, oh,
You drank his blood.
yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's her problem.
Well, that was a problem. Yeah.
No, one, that's a problem, but that's
Yeah.
a metaphor for the problem as a whole of like, why are you doing all of these crazy things for this guy and with this guy only to be like, oh, he's going to take you for granted. And also, how egotistical is it to insinuate, oh, it doesn't matter that I'm so pretty and so smart and
I'm
so
the
this
best.
and so that.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to take you for granted. And so
Like, sis, speak for
so
yourself.
if I'm all of these things and I always get taken for granted, then you have no hope.
Exactly.
You little person down there,
Yeah.
you have no hope. Like,
That's what I.
so-
That's literally
that's
what
so
I think when I
demeaning.
see things like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you're so great, and you got taken advantage of. So I have no hope. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you chose wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like-
that, like, just choose better.
Yes.
Have your value systems in place and choose better.
Yes.
Have your choice match up to your value system.
Yes. Don't choose out of fear or lust either.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was just the first poem. The second one is it's a
The end
doozy.
of the poem.
Yeah.
That was
No,
it.
that's it. That's
That
the whole
was the end.
poem.
Yeah, that's the whole poem.
Oh, well, I just wanted it to continue because it was so I was so
yeah.
captivated.
If this
by
is
it.
poetry,
I'm gonna
I
read you the
can
next one 'cause this
write
is actually
poetry.
it's deeper.
Okay.
Okay, hit me with
Okay.
it.
This one is
Here's the second
called
one.
7, the number of completion. I hate men.
Hey, she's going biblical now. So first line, I hate men. Let's hear the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh line.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I hate men. 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 I hate men.
That just does not sit right in my spirit. It like hurt.
I just
Who
want to
would buy
say,
this?
Candace, that the poem is beautiful, but I also want to commend you on your performance of it, which I thought was.
You know,
Yeah,
when I
I
got
thought
to
it was
the
great.
third I hate men, something happened for me.
I could tell that it did.
So this one is entitled "Why I Wish I Was Gay."
They
So,
are
yeah.
funny.
They are.
So it's just crazy. It's like, I hate men. I hate men.
Yeah.
One, she has a huge following of women, and she's like, oh, here you go. These are my thoughts on men, and this is what you should think too. And it's, oh, yeah, don't be heterosexual.
Yeah, I wish
yeah,
I was gay.
Yeah, go
Like,
be
that's-
gay, right? You know,
Like if you
Girls
can
are
help
better.
it, go be gay.
yeah.
Which is actually not true, but
No.
yeah.
But then also on the other side is like, oh yeah, I hate men. Oh,
That's
by the
so
way,
sad.
I hate men.
if you didn't
Oh.
hear me the first time,
I hate men.
I hate
Like,
you more
it's unbelievable. It's like, you need men. Like, just
Exactly.
as men need women. Like, we are meant to be together and to thrive on we wouldn't have made it this far as a species if
very true.
we weren't, cooperating together,
Yep.
man and woman.
Without
we would
the
have been
other, we would
extinct
perish.
a
Yeah.
long time ago. And so the fact that a lot of these women's, like a lot of feminists, their notion is do away with all men. Because I've seen plenty of videos on the internet where it's like I wish all men would just, go in a hole and disappear, essentially.
yeah.
That's not going to be helpful for anybody, lest you, especially. Because if men were to completely disappear off this earth, it would be
We'd have
a
no light. We'd have
crap
no
show.
gas. We'd have no food.
And I'm not doing any of it.
Yeah,
so
like-
we just gonna have to all
Like Alan was saying, when he goes on his, business trips and he sees, people going up on the tall turbines and stuff and doing work up there, it's 99.9% of the time is going to
Yeah.
be a man.
And most of the time, if you do see any woman, it's usually manly, masculine looking women.
Right.
And so that should show you right there that those type of fields for men that we need, at least structurally, we need men. And so it's like, can we just find a way to complement each other?
Yeah, but I guess the bigger question is if you want to do away with men, are you going to be willing to take on the sacrifice that it would take to, build yourself up like that so that things can get done?
No.
And the answer is almost no, because a lot of times these women just want things handed to them,
Yeah.
and they feel entitled. And so that's why they feel entitled to have that certain opinion, which they certainly are entitled to. But that doesn't mean that my opinion has to be entitled
Yeah.
to agree with yours. And so that's why we can have our platform, you can have yours.
Absolutely.
But we're going to tell you what we think, just as you told us ours.
Yep, because I have that right. Not gonna take away my voice.
Yeah, it is.
America.
Merc.
Merc.
That's right.
Yeah, so, I mean, here's the final sip. So, women cannot both evolve and advance and erase men at the same time. It is a self-destructive act. Like, you're just never going to get anywhere, excommunicating men from existence, essentially. It's not going to work, but I mean, that's just what we think. We want to know what you think. And when we come back, we're going to give you our thoughts on Ariana Grande being a home record. So you're going to want to stay locked in on the Quality Entertainment Network. Like